She's walking the walk, talking the talk, telling you what a CEO is all about. This is the podcast for she's only. We share our stories of leadership to inspire you. So welcome to the She Sleeps, the podcast for she's only. She's only a woman in leadership. So come on, CEO, you should join the show. She Sweets podcast with Joy Reid.
Welcome to She Sweets Podcast with your host, Jody Hood. This is a place where She Sweet executives share and compare unfiltered realities that our male counterparts will never face. We laugh, we cry, we thrive, and we survive. Now, today's topic is something that is near and dear to my heart. We know that this week, one of the most devastating events, life events that a person can experience happen to one of the nation's best and brightest on the national stage. Joy Reid, host of her own cable show, The Reid Out, was fired from the show on MSNBC. And this was done in one of the most disrespectful and dismissing ways ever. It was leaked to the press first, and I believe that was just one day before the actual firing. Now, here you have a Harvard graduate, brilliant intellectual. She was the recipient of the 2025 NAACP Award for Outstanding News Series. And during the interview with the Win with Black Women podcast, this news media giant begins to weep. But then she says, I try not to cry on television. I try not to cry on television. Well, let me tell you this. My emotional intelligence kicked in and empathy ran through every vein in my body. So much so that I, too, began to weep. And I make no apologies. And neither should Joy. As women in leadership, somehow we believe that crying is taboo. Thus, ladies, the message for the She Sweets today is you can cry if you want to. You, lady, can cry if you want to. Now, let me say this. Crying is one of the most human things we can do. And it is never a sign of weakness for ladies in leadership. It's a release, a reset, and sometimes a rallying cry. For leaders, especially powerful women, there's often an unspoken rule that emotions should be controlled. Our emotions should be tucked away, or should only be displayed in ways that won't weaponize against us. But here's the real truth, and that is to lead with authenticity, to inspire, and to push forward. We have to be whole people, and whole people feel deeply. We cry because we care. We cry because we fight hard. Because we have been given everything we have to something that matters. When we as leaders cry, it does not diminish our strength. It amplifies our humanity. It shows depth of our investment, the weight of our responsibility, and the resilience that follows. Make no mistake about it. The problem isn't the tears. It's the perception that somehow tears weaken us. That's a lie that we've been sold, particularly as women in powerful positions. Here's the real test. The real test isn't whether we cry. It's what we do afterward. And again, make no mistake about it. When the tears dry, we rise. We step back into the fight sharper, stronger, and even more determined. So, Joy, let them see the tears. Let them know how you feel. We grieve when things don't go our way, that we process loss, but also let the world know that when we are done crying, we will come out swinging harder, smarter, and more unstoppable than ever. Let me end the podcast today with the lyrics of what I now call my It's Alright to Cry anthem. And you can take a listen to it on YouTube, but trust me, watching the performance is more powerful. Now, the artist is Ty Tribbett, and the name of the song is Only One Night Though. And in this song, he says, if you cry, you can cry, but only one night though. Stress, you can stress one night, but only one night though. Let the tears fall down one night, but only one night though. Why? Because joy comes in the morning. And I can't wait to see what Miss Joy is going to bring us in the morning. Baby girl, you can cry if you want to. Now that brings my podcast to a close, and you know how I always end. What do I want you to do? I want you to like me on Facebook, connect with me on LinkedIn, Dr. Jody Easterling Hood, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. And sometimes I fail to mention that I am also on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon. Just type in She Sweets Podcast with Jody Hood. And until next week, what are we going to do? We're going to keep walking the walk, and we are going to keep talking the talk. And remember, you can cry if you want to. And She Sweets, we are.
Welcome to the podcast for G's only. For G's only. And it's for all women who's at the C-suite level. CEO. And we coming your way to share our stories in leadership. So we walking the walk, talking the talk, being the boss lady. Welcome to the C-suite, where we help build women leadership and how to be the boss